All right, hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Justin. I'm a part-time reseller located here in St. Louis, and every week I bring you a video like this where I show you all of the things that I found and sold on eBay over the last week. I actually don't talk through everything because I usually sell quite a bit, but I just talk through the top 10 things so you can sort of see the best things that sold for the week. It looks like this week we have a total of 51 sales, so definitely back down to reality from last week. Last week I had a crazy week, the best week I've ever had. I think I had close to 100 sales and $4,300 in total gross sales. So this week is a little bit back to normal. I've got 51 sales, 51 items sold for a total of $1,974 gross, and I netted. That means I took home $1,106.98. Looks like everything that sold this week cost me a total of $233 in sourcing costs. And my average ROI for everything sold over the last week was 959%. So pretty good. Usually I average about 600, so did a little bit better in ROI this week. Let's dig into the top 10. The first thing is this Dragon Warrior Monsters Game Boy Color video game. So this came in a bunch of video game stuff that I bought about a month ago. I bought about 110 vintage games. It was a guy's collection. I paid $400 and something dollars. Let's actually take a look and see how this bulk buy has been doing. This is Airtable. I use it to track all of my inventory and sales data. And gosh, this happened last time. Why does this keep happening? I'm going to see if I can fix this really quick. I'm going to guess that it's a problem because I have it in such a small window. Let me take a look here. Dragon Warrior. Let's see. There we go. It works over here. That's weird. So anyway, yeah, it looks like 103 items from this bulk buy. I paid a total of $474. The total list value of every video game that I bought in this lot was $3,540. That's list value, not what I'll take home, but that's just the total eBay list value. Looks like I have sold 81, so a huge portion of what I bought I've already sold. I have 22 games left. I have made a total gross income of $2,195 off that original investment. So gross income just means the net plus the cost of goods. My actual net, if you take out the cost of goods, is almost $1,800 on this buy. So pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Let's see. Let's jump to number 9 on the list, which is this vintage St. Louis Cardinals starter jacket. So I live in St. Louis and often find a lot of Cardinals gear. I don't buy a whole lot of it unless it's special. This one was really cool though. This is like, I think from the 90s. You can see this old starter, this quilted interior. Usually when I find old jackets like this, they're just in really bad shape and not worth it. But this one, I paid $20 at a garage sale, and it was just in excellent condition. I actually sold it to somebody on eBay here in St. Louis. So it was a quick ship. It looks like, let's see, let me close this back up. Looks like it took 9 days to sell for $70, and I ended up netting $33.43. By the way, on that, I forgot to mention my net on the Game Boy game was $33.42. So let's move to number 7 here. Actually, number 8, excuse me. This is a Texas Instruments TI-83. This is just sort of a workhorse. Anytime I see a Texas Instrument calculator, I usually pick it up, especially if it's an 83 or an 84 or 84 plus. Those are always going to sell pretty well. Hadn't seen one like this before, actually. It was like a clear, you can see through it, a clear purple. So I listed it at $30 free shipping, and it sold within 2 days, and I ended up making a total of $34.61 on that find, $5 at a garage sale. That's where I got it. Next on the list is this Kate Spade, what is this, like a wallet, and this is, my wife picked this up at a garage sale. Looks like it took about 2 weeks to sell for $10, and it sold for $64.99, and we netted $36.97. I always go out sourcing often with my wife, and it works out really well because she knows about things that I just don't. You know, I would have seen this and I'd recognize Kate Spade, and you know, for $10, I don't know that I would have taken the risk on it. I know like some Kate Spade can do well, some is not so well, but my wife has a good eye for this stuff and knew this would sell pretty quickly. It was in really good shape, and it did. So kudos to her. All right, next up is another video game on that same lot that I was talking about earlier. This is Jammer Lamy, a PlayStation game from 1999. It's a PS1 game. Never heard of it, never played it. but somebody wanted it, sold for 60 bucks. Took a little bit of time, considering how fast everything else in that lot sold. 24 days, $60. My net was $37.75. I have here that I have a cost of goods of $7. How I do this with big lots, again, so I paid $473 for that video game lot, and it came with 103 games. And so I end up, after everything is listed, I just go through and sort of adjust the cost of goods based on the value that I think that I will get for it, usually at the 10% mark. So this one I went a little bit higher, $7 for a $60 game, but I just even that cost out over everything in the lot so that it makes, rough sense in terms of like the money I would have bought it for if it was just one thing only. I hope that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but oh well. All right, next on the list, this PetSafe fence transmitter. So this is a good example. I bought this at a garage sale. You can see here I've got $1 into it. It took 12 days to sell. It was a box of this like PetSafe electric fence equipment, but it was incomplete. It didn't have everything in there, so they were just selling it very cheaply. But I knew that I would be able to go through and part out these different pieces of the PetSafe fence thing, and this is one of those pieces. This is the transmitter. You can see here it's brand new, it's never been used. In that same $5 lot, there was all sorts of stuff. There was like collar charging, there was cables, there was flags, there's all sorts of stuff, and I sold a lot of it already, so this was definitely a good pickup for $5. I only have $1 into this because there was, again, I parted it out to smaller pieces, so this went pretty quickly, and I netted $43.11. All right, next up, number 4 on the list is this New Wave Pro Plus infrared oven. I bought this at a flea market. I kind of paid up for it. Honestly, I didn't want to buy it, but this is a guy at the flea market that I buy from a lot, and he was really talking me into it. So I paid him 40 bucks for it. It's brand new in the box. Honestly, based on the comps, I did not expect it to sell very quickly. This sold same day when I listed it for $124.99 free shipping. There was about 8 active comps and 1 sold comp. So I expected to sit on it for a while, but I don't know. I guess I listed it at the right time and found the right buyer. And it sold pretty quickly for $124.99, and $45.76 was the net. I'm guessing the shipping was pretty high on this. Let's take a look. Yeah, shipping was $24.62, so not horrible, but that definitely cuts into that margin there. So, all right, after the New Wave here, what's up next? Okay, so this France vintage home football soccer jersey. So this is cool. I've just recently sort of gotten into older soccer jerseys, and I always buy them now when I find them because they usually go for really good money. This one I've had for quite a bit of time. I bought it in a lot of about 5 or 6 other vintage jerseys from a garage sale for $1 a piece. This one sold for $70. And I netted $54.19. Really good condition. This one's being sent over to the UK via the global shipping program. But yeah, a lot of cool jerseys. This one's from, almost 20 years old, so pretty cool. All right, down to the last 2. This one is a really interesting one. I got this at Goodwill. It's kind of hard to tell just how big this thing is. It's 47 by 36, and it unfolds. What it is, it's kind of weird. It's like a rock climbing pad that you would put, underneath something that you're climbing, so that if you fall, you'll fall on something soft. And it has these backpack straps to it. I'd never seen this before. I saw it at a Goodwill. I paid $12.50. Sat for a long time, 163 days from list until sold, but it sold for $177.99. You'll see here it says $199. I took a best offer on it. That's why it's lower. And it was free shipping. And so, as you can imagine, something this large was pretty expensive to ship. I think it was 40 something. Let's take a look. Yeah, $43.32 to ship this. But, I still netted $97.13. It was actually pretty easy to ship. I just wrapped it in some really thick plastic. And then I put some trash bags over it and taped it a bunch, and actually got good feedback from the buyer that it made it there just fine. So happy to get this one out the door. Very weird one. Didn't expect to sell something like this, and never even heard of it, but interesting to see nonetheless. All right, off to the number one flip of the week is this Nikon Coolpix P600. Been having a lot of luck with digital cameras lately for some reason. I usually shy away from buying digital cameras. I buy a lot of older 35mm point and shoot cameras because they're usually very cheap and they go for a decent amount depending on the brand and model. And digital cameras, typically the ones you see at garage sales and flea markets and stuff, are really old. So I skip over them. But anytime I see a newer one, I definitely buy it. This was at a garage sale for $20. Just really surprising, honestly. You don't usually see such new, nice digital cameras for so cheap at a garage sale. And so I paid $20 for this one, and it sold in one day for $229. Free shipping, and I ended up netting $176.68 on this. So a really good find. I don't know what's up with the digital cameras lately. I'm certainly finding a lot of them, and hopefully I'll keep finding them because I'm making good money on them. All right, before I go, let's look at the the worst flip of the week. This is kind of a funny one. I just bought this. It is a 6-pack of Kirks Soap that I got at a where did I get this? I got it at Salvation Army. And so, I saw these, they're new in the packaging, obviously, and I quickly looked at the comps and thought they were worth quite a bit more than they ended up being. I thought I was going to get at least about $30 to $35 out of this. This was my mistake. I looked at the comps wrong, and I'm surprised it sold as quickly as it did, but it only sold for $15.99. I paid $4 for the lot, and I made a net of 83 cents. So that's the worst flip of the week, but whatever, I still made 83 cents, so why not? That's it. 51 things sold this week, $1,974 gross, and I took home $1,106. And we'll see you next week. Thanks.